Good morning, class. Today we're going to learn how to hold our bows properly. So we're going to need our pencils that we've been practicing with before this, and we're also going to be needing our bow. I have a violin bow here to explain how to do this today. So to begin, we're going to take our pencils that we have been practicing with, and you guys already know this step, we're just going to review it. We're going to hold our pencil in our left hand, and our right hand is going to be our bow hand. We're going to hang our hand over top of the pencil here, and our fingers are going to line up so that our middle finger, right here, if you can see, our middle finger is going to be across from our thumb, but it's not actually going to be touching it just because it's holding onto the bow. So we want to put our fingers evenly spaced, just like this, you can see, and we want to have our first knuckle right here be the one that is touching the bow or our pencil. And since I'm demonstrating for the violins and the violas, my pinky is going to go on top. If I was a cello or bass, it would be just fine for my pinky to be in line with all my other fingers. And the last step is to have our hand turn to the left, to the side. When I'm doing this, I'm making sure that my thumb here is nice and relaxed and loose because we don't want tension or that will hurt. And I want to make sure that all of my fingers are spaced evenly, as I said before. And this is what it should look like with your bow hand. All right, so now we're gonna do some exercises to maintain our bow hold. So I'm just gonna set mine up again really quick. And it's really important throughout these exercises, if you feel like your bow hand is slipping around and maybe like you don't quite have a grip on it anymore, that's okay. Just pause the video and you can go back and reset and try again, because it's much better to be building these good habits with the correct technique rather than doing these exercises and slipping around and maybe not using the right technique. We're trying to build good habits here. So again, bow hand, and let's all have our hands straight up and stir the big pot of soup. Soup is perfect for the winter time. Again, if you need to reset, feel free to do so. And let's do rocket ships. To the moon and to the moon and back. And windshield wipers, like on a car, back and forth and back and forth, back and forth. And pet a dog or a cat or whatever fuzzy animal that you have in your backyard or in your house or anywhere. All right, very good. Maintaining that bow hold. Remember, violins and violas, pinkies on top, cellos and basses, pinkies with the other fingers. Nice job, everybody. All right, now that we have reviewed with our practice pencils, we're going to use our actual bows. Yay! Okay, so a couple of things to know before we start. The bow hair is underneath here, and it's very fragile. We don't want to touch it because the oil from our fingers could make it get kind of gross. So when we're doing our practice setup like we did before with our pencils, our left hand is going to touch the stick of the bow like so. See that? No hair. And our right hand is still our bow hand. And our fingers are still going to be across from each other, our middle finger and our thumb, and they're going to go right under here by the frog. So our thumb is going to go here, and just like with our practice pencils, our thumb is bent and without tension, and our ring finger is going to kind of go above here, or I'm sorry, our middle finger is going to go above here, our ring finger is going to go over next to it, and our pinky hangs out kind of by the screw. Our first finger is going to go in between these two things by the wire, and then we are done. And remember, our hand tilts to the left. And whenever you feel like you are set with that, you can remove your left hand and have your bow straight up and down so that you can check the setup again. And one of the things that I like to do to make sure that my bow setup is correct is take my pinky and move it up and down. I would do this while holding on with your left hand just to make sure. But if you can tap your pinky on the side of your bow like this, then you know that you're holding it properly, because if not, you would not be able to balance it. So why don't you try that by yourself? You can pause the video and check it out. And when you're done, go ahead and put the video back on. So and one more thing that we're going to talk about with the bow real quick before we do the exercises is whenever you first get your bow, the string, the bow hair should be very close to the stick. What you want to do is take the screw at the bottom here and turn it until you can fit your practice pencil right in the middle, and then you should be good to go if you were to play with the bow. Good things to know. So now that we have practiced our bow hand with our bow, what you can do is you can go back by yourself and skip to the earlier part of the video where we did a bunch of different exercises with the pencil to practice our bow balance. You can do that with your bow, and like I said before, it's important if you feel like you might be losing a little bit of your grip on the bow, that's okay. Just reset and get everything set back up, and then you can keep going. That's why you can pause the video. It's perfect. So we reviewed a lot of different things today, and we learned a lot. And I'm really proud of you guys for doing all of this. Remember, if you did practice tightening your screw on your bow, to unscrew and make sure that you loosen it back up before you put your bow away, because that keeps it really, really nice for a long time. Nice job today, guys. Thank you for watching.